Hi everybody, it's me, Miss Theresa, and I'm here to do another movement art lesson with you today. Today's lesson is hip hop history. We'll be learning some things about hip hop history, culture, and dance styles. And we have a special guest today, Mr. Jude Romero from Kabuki dancers. So before we get started with our warm-up, I'd like to introduce you to our guest.
Okay guys, so this is our special guest, Mr. Jude Romero. He is here from Kabuki dancers. So Jude, could you tell us a little bit about Kabuki dancers?
Sure, so I'm part of a group called Kabuki dancers. What we do is we go into the schools and library systems primarily. We do other things as well. And we mix positive messaging with hip hop dance. And we have topics like working hard, anti-bullying, anti-gun violence programs, and we kind of just take the hip-hop, the culture that we love, and we kind of mix it with those topics, and we just go and spread positivity.
Cool. So you like go in and do like some performing?
Yeah, we have a whole like skits, dance performances, just kind of like portraying the lessons that we want to kind of bring out there.
Awesome.
Yep, we've been doing that for a few years now.
That's really cool. That's really cool. Well, Mr. Jude is going to be teaching us some hip hop moves today, but the first thing that we have to do is warm up and get our bodies ready to move. So
That's right.
You think you can lead us in a warm up
Let's
today?
do it.
Awesome. Okay, great. So guys, let's stand up. We'll push our chairs in, put our feet together, hands by our sides. That's how we know that you're ready to move.
All right, guys, so we're going to get into a little bit of warming up. Some dance steps, but it's going to be primarily to warm you guys up for a little something we're going to do in a bit. All right, so what I want you guys to do is just kind of shake out your hands here. Just kind of get your wrists loose. And also, we're going to do the same with your feet. Just kind of like let it out there and just shake out your ankles, right? This is the warm-up I do. I know it's pretty complicated, but I'm good to go. All right, so you're going to take your left leg. I'm going to do my right. I want you to do your left. And I want you to step across your body this way, kind of at like a 45-degree angle, and then we're going to step back. Now, if you see when I'm doing that, I'm kind of bringing my arms out like this, and then step back, right? So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. So real easy. Now, this isn't really the dance step yet, but what I want to do is I want you guys to warm up with this. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep it going. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put on a little music, and we're going to move a little faster. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, y'all. 5, 6, 7, let's go. And what I want you to do is I kind of want you to start bouncing back. See, I'm jumping back now. Let's warm up. Keep it on beat. Step out on the beat. All right, shake out your hands again, ankles again. Let's do it again. Here we go. 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. See how I'm jumping back? This is basic top rock step. Now, let's add a little something to it, right? So what I want to do is I still want to do here, back, but then I want to take my left leg and I want to cross, spin, and then go right back into it. So we'll do one this way. When we come back, we're going to cross and go right back into it. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, let's go. All right, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. I know I'm warming up. How you guys bounce up and down a little bit? Now let's do another spin the other way. Last one for the warm up. Here we go. So we're still gonna go here, here. We're gonna do one here, step, and then spin this way. See if that works. So let's do it slow. 1, 2, cross, spin, 1, 2, here, and when we come back this way, you spin this way, and then your momentum's gonna carry you here. Cross, spin. Cross, spin. Cross. Last time, here we go. 5, 6, 7, let's go. All right, guys, good job. That was the warm-up. Next up, we're going to get into a little bit about hip-hop history.
All right, guys, great job with your warm-up. So we've been, culture is something that we learn about in social studies class, and Mr. Jude's going to talk to us a little bit about hip-hop culture. So before we do that, let's talk a little bit about what the word culture means. So culture, when we talk about culture, it kind of talks about a group of people and the things that they do. So your culture could be the food that you eat, or the art that you make, the tools that you use, your language, music, all of those things are part of your culture. So a lot of times when I hear people talking about hip hop, they talk about hip hop culture. So could you tell us some things about hip hop culture? Like, what are the parts?
Sure. So hip hop culture has 4 basic elements. So we have the DJing, we have the graffiti, MCing, also known as rapping, and then we have the dancing, which is b-boying, b-girling, breaking.
Okay, cool. So DJing, so what does that mean?
DJing is, I'm sure you've seen turntables, the 2 things that spin around and play music. I know they're not common anymore, but in hip hop, that's the preferred form of playing music, is the DJing, just playing music for a crowd, and that kind of leads into the rest of the elements, actually.
Okay, so the DJ is the person that's
playing the music. Yep.
Okay, and then MCing, what is that?
MCing is the usually person on the microphone. MCing traditionally stands for master of ceremonies, right?
Okay.
But it's sort of like that was kind of the person while the DJ's playing the music. He can't necessarily talk to the crowd. You can, you have a mic set up, but sometimes there was a guy there that kind of took charge and got the crowd going and kept keeping them hyped. And then that transitioned into rapping and rapping over the beats and kind of being rhythmic with it, right?
Okay, cool. Okay, so DJ, MCing, you also said graffiti. Could you tell us what graffiti is?
So graffiti's like the artistic, the really artistic, for people that really are good artists.
Okay,
and
so visual
artists, right?
Okay.
Correct. Just kind of taking some of that energy that, the same kind of energy that came from the DJing and the MCing and the dancing, we're putting it out there in the visual form. And,
Okay.
And like that, right?
Cool, and we're going to talk about a little bit more about the dancing, but you said break-in and b-boy and
right.
b-girling. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the history of hip-hop. Where did hip-hop start and where did it come from?
So hip-hop started in the Bronx in New York City in the 70s. It was kind of brought by, inner city youth that didn't really have much going on, but this guy, his name is Kool Herc. He was kind of considered to be the first hip-hop DJ. He wanted to throw a birthday party for his sister. It's like a back-to-school / birthday party type thing, and he did that at an apartment complex in the little rec room. And everybody kind of came together within that neighborhood and people that they invited, and it actually turned out to be considered to be the first hip-hop party, because some of the things that went on there, it was it set a trend for some of the stuff that would develop this culture to what it was.
Okay, great. Oh, cool. All right, so it kind of started at a birthday party. And,
Yeah.
And Kool Herc, he's kind of considered one of the first.
Kool Herc is considered a lot of people call him the father of hip hop, the originator of hip hop music, just because a lot of the stuff that he chose to play and the way he played it and what happened around it formed the base for a lot of rap music. When people think of hip hop, they think of it's a genre of music, it's not a culture, right?
Right.
But that music that he would play, the beats on those records, it was like a lot of old funk and soul music. They would form sort of the basis of these early hip hop beats.
Okay.
So it would kind of define the sound
Okay.
of the music.
So why did he use 2 turntables?
He used 2 turntables because, well, number one, when you DJ, you need 2 turntables because you can't just stop one song and play the next because it'll kill the mood. You need to go from one to another. But what he would do as well, he noticed that there were certain parts of songs that people liked over other parts, especially the dancers. And what he would do is he would take this little breakdown section in a record, so it was like where the drums would come in and they would get featured. But they
Okay.
might not last but 10, 20 seconds. So he would start it up, he'd listen for when it started, he'd go on the other turntable and he'd have an exact duplicate of that record. And he would get it ready for when that part would end on this record, and he would start it right back up at the same spot on the other side.
Okay.
And he would, while that one started playing, he'd go back and rewind this one, and boom, and he'd keep it going for as long as he saw them dancing. And then that's an early form of looping, like a
Okay.
beat. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So kind of just like that part would kind of keep going.
Yeah, it's called the breakdown.
Okay.
And breaking, and there you go. It's kind of like you can see how the terminology starts.
Excellent. Okay, so like that's why you call it breaking from the.
There's other terms, like I've heard people say, like, a lot of the first breakers were from the Bronx.
Okay.
So it would be like Bronx boy or Bronx girl. But, most people just say breaking, B-boy, B-girl, break boy, break girl.
Cool.
There's a few different, I've talked to people, and it's kind of like both true.
Yeah.
But breaking makes the most sense when you just kind of get
Gotcha.
into it.
So we've been learning in some of our other lessons about different dance styles.
Right.
So a style means like a kind of dance that you can do. And some of my friends who've been watching, we've been talking about, or I've been telling them about like how you can identify a style. So how you can look at something and say like, oh, I know that kind of dance, that's ballet.
Right.
And you might know that because the dancers might be wearing point shoes and standing on their toes, or dancing with their legs, we call it turnout or rotation, using their rotation. Another style that we talked about is tap dancing, so that the students can identify tap dancing by like looking and saying, oh, well, they're wearing, shoes with these metal parts on the shoes so that they can make sounds, and they're making sounds so that I know I can tell that's tap dancing. Is there a way like that we could identify like some hip hop styles or hip hop moves? Like, how would a student be able, like, if they saw some dancing, being like, oh, that's hip hop?
Hip hop dancing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, speaking on like the dress, it's kind of like that's not part of the dance, but it is part of the culture and like the style.
Okay.
Like kind of like from the old school, it was like a lot of people wore like bucket hats or backwards hats or shoes with fat laces on them.
Okay.
Or just like you kind of see it. Hip hop is a style as well. But for dancing, you'd see like there's the breaking part, which is the floor work and the moving around like in these circular patterns.
Okay.
Being in control of what you're doing, not just everywhere is just falling all over. But you have a thing called top rock, which is when you kind of like, you're setting up to break, you're setting up to go on the floor, but you want to clear some space out and you want to get it going and you want to let people know, look, watch me, because I'm about to do something down here. But you can't just do that, you got to prep it.
Okay.
That's top rock, and it's kind of like a big movement. You kind of swing your arms out, you kind of get out. You try to throw a little dancing in there and keep it on beat to show your flavor. And also, besides the breaking, the actual movements, like the moves that everybody likes, you also have like what they call funk styles, which is like popping, locking, and stuff like that.
Okay.
And there's all waving, there's tons of stuff like that. And that's done to more like funky music.
Okay.
And it's still part of it, everything's it's still hip hop culture and everything's like that. It's just like, some people break and some people do the funk style, some people do both.
Okay.
So it's just another style of like the hip hop dance.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Excellent. And you're going to show us, like,
Breaking.
teach us some of those
Top
styles.
rocks and
Okay,
breaking, how to get
excellent.
on the floor and get down.
Awesome. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So
Yep.
guys, we'll stand up again, push our chairs in, feet together, hands by our side. Make sure you have lots of space to move, and we're gonna learn some moves.
Let's do it.
All right, y'all. So now I'm going to show you a little bit of the moves that we're going to do at the end towards our combo. But first, I want to explain some of the things that, before we get into it, because you're going to need to know what you're doing as I count out. So what I want you guys to do is watch me first. So this position here, I'm on my toes, right? I'm basically tippy-toeing, right? My heels are off the ground, and I'm kind of just sitting down, body up, right? What I want to show you guys right now is something called a 6-step footwork. This is the most basic form of breaking. If you don't know this, then you can't break. So that's why I kind of want to show it to you first thing. And it doesn't matter if you can get it today, but just pay attention. And if you like what you see, just maybe go home and practice it a little bit, look it up. But you're going to see me do it, and I want you guys to do it a little later on. So here we go. So you're going to be in this position. I'm going to do everything like you're looking in the mirror. Okay, so I'm going to take, you're going to do your left leg, I'm going to do my right leg. I'm going to take here, I'm going to extend it in front of me as I put my arm down here, and I'm going to kind of bring this in front. So here, so kind of at the same time, If I don't put my hand down, I'm gonna fall. So I need to put my hand down as I bring this around, right? And as I do that, I'm gonna switch my hand. So watch this. So this is gonna be 1. Okay, one more time. 1. Now this leg, other leg, right? Step is behind, 2. Now at the same time, this hand is gonna come down on the floor in front, and this leg is gonna step in the back, 3. So this is kind of like a push-up position, right? So you kind of, instead of being here doing push-ups, same position, you just have your legs spread. Now you're gonna take your right leg, step through, gonna hold yourself up, one hand here. You're not gonna do it for this long when you're doing it, but I'm talking. So this leg here comes down, you kind of sit on it. And we're gonna take last step, this is the 6th step, we just bring it back. And if you notice, we're right exactly where we started. So the key is to do this over and over again and get proficient at it and get real smooth with it. And then when you get it real nice, you can throw things in, and that's when you start getting really nice movement. But let's try it again. And you can do it both ways. So if you're finding it's hard for you to do one way, try the other way if you're left-handed or vice versa. You can try the other way, just do everything I say opposite. So here we go. We're gonna, this hand here, swipe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's called 6 step because there's 6 counts. Let's do it again. So, and as you open up, notice how your body you start off here, but as soon as that leg comes around, your body has a tendency to want to fall. So you got to catch. So start off here. 1, caught myself. 2, 3, 4, 5. See how all this leg does is just come down so I have something to sit on, right? 5, and then this one comes around 6. Let's do it again. So swinging it, catch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the other way, if you want to see it the other way, instead of starting off with the swipe this way, we'll just do it the opposite way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that movement forms the basis of all footwork techniques on the ground. There's a ton of footwork moves you can do on the ground, but when we teach people how to break, or people who are interested in breaking, this is the go-to step, the first thing they must learn when you hit the ground. Now, the warm-up we did with the top rocking, with the kind of stepping out, we were doing this and the spins. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put that together with this, and we're gonna make a little something that you could see if you went to a breaking competition, and it's not too far off from what you would do. So we're gonna get into that in a little bit, and if it feels hard at first, it's supposed to. Breaking isn't easy, so it takes a lot of strength training, and don't worry about any of that now, but just pay attention and get the movement down, and if you like it, just keep practicing it, and I'm pretty sure you guys have it in no time. Okay, let's get into a little bit of the combo. Okay, let's get into the combo. We're gonna take some of the top rock we did earlier, and we're gonna combine it with some new movement. We're still gonna do the footwork towards the end. Just pay attention and take it slow, guys. Here we go. All right, so we're gonna do that top rock step. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, cross. Now from here, your left leg, my right leg, is gonna kick out. Then I'm gonna switch it, kick out with this, and then I'm gonna cross it across this way, right? And you notice I'm doing these funny things with my hands. I'm posing for a photo. That's kind of like a personal preference. You can do what you want. You can swing your arms out. You can do a pose, whatever. It's all about having style. So 1, back, 2, back, cross, turn, kick out, switch it, cross. And then from here, if you notice, you're already in a position to spin. And then from here, let's do it again, and then we'll go into the next one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, cross, spin, kick out with the right, here, boom, and then spin this way. And then as your momentum is carrying you this way, step out with your front foot and then step back. That's gonna be what we're gonna do up top. After that, we're gonna take it to the ground. I wanna put on the music, and I want us to do it a little faster on beat. Here we go. Here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. Keep going. And then, there you go. Slow. Okay, here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, cross, spin, kick out, cross, spin, kick out, and then one more this way. Again, here we go. 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, kick out, cross. All right. So that's a combination of our warm-up that we did. And I added another step here. This step here, so you guys could see, this step, we did one side. That's called Indian step for reference. It's another very popular step. You almost see this as much as you see this top rock step. So I wanted to throw a little bit in. Let's do it again, and we're going to take it to the floor. Here we go. Here we go, y'all. 5, 6, let's go. That's it, let's do it one more time. And don't be scared to kind of clap your hands, kind of get it going. You get the beat here? Here we go, y'all. 5, 6, 7, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, All right. Now, after that spin, we're actually gonna just drop down to the ground here. That same position that where we started off when I showed you guys this movement, when we did the footwork, you're gonna kind of come down, you're just gonna drop. Now when you drop on the way, you can kind of do a few things. I'll kind of put my hand on my hat, and I'll kind of just go boom, kind of just for a little flavor. You can do whatever, you come down like this, whatever you wanna do, right? Just do something with your hands. All right, cool. So from there, you got the 1, 2, 3, 4, cross, kick, cross, turn, continue to top rock, and then from here, drop. Now we got, remember this, from here we were at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's the combo, so let's break it down. So pretty sure you guys are getting the top rock. We aren't gonna worry about doing the footwork on beat. I just want you guys to concentrate on the movement. Count it to yourself if you need to, go along with me. And if you need to slow it down, or if you're going the other way, then do that. Here we go. So from the top, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, cross, spin, kick out, cross, spin, step out, bring it back, step out, bring it back. Now, here, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now let's do one more, except you're gonna do the opposite you just did. So we just did one going counterclockwise. Now we're gonna go clockwise. So whatever way you went, just instead of starting with this leg, do this leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So from here, my body's moving this way. I want to spin up this way. And that's going to be the end of it. So let's do it from the top. Let's do it slowly again. Here we go. And this is some pretty nice movements. If you were able to get this, I think it would look real good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, cross, kick out, cross, spin. And, oh yeah, we did one here. Drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to spin up. What do you guys think? Miss Theresa's having a hard time back there. It's actually pretty hard to do, just kind of like on the fly. But it's actually, I wanted to give you guys some real breaking and something that takes a little bit of work to get used to. Let's put on the music and let's do it. So anytime we do it to the music, it's going to be a little bit faster. Do the best you can. Here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. Let's go. 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the little thing at the end, it's kind of not really a technical term, it's more of just like some slang. We call that zipping up. Whenever we come up, we do like our spin, and then everything in breaking needs to be clean. Now don't, like, man, my moves are so messy right now. It's kind of showing off in the fact that what I'm doing is really hard, not the thing we're doing today, but when you're breaking and people are looking, you want your stuff, even though people know it's hard, you want it to look effortless and clean. And, man, he did that so clean. And he's like, how does he do that? That's what it's about. So just practice. And that's the combo. Let's do it one more time. Let's go as fast as you can. We're going to put the music up. Five, 6. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's a little bit of breaking. It's a little bit up here and a little bit down on the floor. Just continue to practice. Hope you guys have fun.
Okay guys, great job with that combination. So for the end of our lesson, Mr. Jude is going to do a little demo. He's gonna show you some of his moves. So you guys can have a seat and enjoy.
Dancers, check us out. We're at kabukidancers.com and Kabuki Dancers on all social networks. See you guys. Peace.
Okay guys, great job. I'm so glad you guys could join us today. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.